I have called you, and you are mine. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have loved you, and you are mine. Seek the face of the Lord and long for him. He will bring you his care and his love. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have called you, you are mine. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have loved you, and you are mine.
I truly need a haircut. My hair is becoming impossible. I still need a haircut. I tell my brother he has wavy hair. It's waving goodbye. Welcome to your cathedral. Despite this coronavirus still raging, we can't lose a sense of humor. I do want to thank in a very special way Mark Teresi, Golden Voice, Mark Teresi, and David Jonas for again providing beautiful, beautiful music as part of this spiritual message. And again, special thanks to our producer, Father Mark Smolka, who's done another wonderful job again this week. So again, thank you to Mark, to David, and to Father Mark. One Sunday morning at a small southern church, the new pastor called upon the elder deacon to lead in the opening prayer. The deacon stood up, bowed his head and said, "Lord, I hate buttermilk." The pastor opened one eye and wondered just where the deacon was going. The deacon continued, "Lord, I hate lard." Now the pastor was totally perplexed. The deacon continued, "Lord, I'm not crazy about plain flour either, but after you mix them together and bake them in a hot oven, I just love biscuits." The deacon didn't stop there. "Lord," he said, "help us to realize when things come up that we don't like, whenever we don't understand whatever you are doing, that we need to wait and see what you are making. After you get through mixing and baking, it'll probably be something even better than biscuits. Amen." A great prayer and perspective, and tremendous words of wisdom for all of us, especially during these tough times of COVID-19. A rich young man goes out and buys the nicest and most expensive Ferrari GTO. It's the most expensive car around. He takes it out for a spin, and while stopping at a red light, Father Marek on a bicycle pulls up next to him. And Father Smolka looks over the sleek, shiny Ferrari GTO and asks, "What kind of car you got there?" The young man replies, "The newest Ferrari GTO. They cost about $500,000. "That's a lot of money," says Father Marek. "Why does it cost so much?" He says, "Because this car can go from 0 to 220 miles an hour like this," states the young man proudly. And Father Marek asks, "Can I take a look inside?" "Sure," replies the owner. So Father Marek pokes his head inside the car window and looks around. Leaning back on his bike, Father Marek says, "That's a pretty nice car you got there, mister." Just then the light turns green. So the guy decides to show Father Marek what his car can do. So boom, he floors it, takes off, and within 15 seconds, he's doing 200 miles an hour. But suddenly he notices in the rearview mirror a dot that seems to be getting closer. It seems to be approaching the Ferrari. He slows down to see who could that possibly be, and suddenly, whoosh, something whips flying by him, going much faster than his Ferrari. What on earth could be going faster than my Ferrari? The young man asks himself. Then ahead of him, he sees a dot coming back toward him. Whoosh! Goes back the other way, heading in the opposite direction. He looks, it's Father Marek on his bicycle. Impossible, thinks the guy. How could a bike outrun my Ferrari? Again, he sees a dot in the rearview mirror getting closer, and bicycle slams in the rear of a beautiful Ferrari GTO. The young man jumps out of his car, and sure enough, it is Father Marek Smolka. He runs up to Father Marek and says, "I see you're hurt. Is there anything I can do?" Father Marek, very groggy, moans in reply, "Yes, please unhook my suspenders from your side view mirror." I really like that joke. Father Marek has his head buried in his hand behind the camera here. But here's the point. The Ferrari driver missed the entire point. He didn't see the bigger picture and the real consequences. We can sometimes in life be like that Ferrari driver and miss the whole point and the real consequences with our lives. We can sometimes miss the Lord present and working in our lives because we are focused somewhere else, thereby missing the bigger picture. But please know this, we don't walk through life alone. The Lord is with us. We listen in today's gospel, "I will not leave you orphaned. I will come to you. And the person who loves me will be loved by my Father." Listen to this following story. A father and his daughter are saying goodbye at the airport. Her flight's departure has been announced. They hug one another for one last time. The father says, "I love you, honey, and I wish you enough." The daughter hugs her dad goodbye for one last time. "Dad, our life together has been more than enough. Your love is all that I ever needed. I wish you enough too, Dad." They kiss. She boards the flight, waving one last time before disappearing down the ramp. The father then walks over to the window to watch his daughter's plane take off. Tears are now streaming down his face. Someone sitting nearby walks over to him. "Excuse me, I don't mean to intrude, but are you okay?" The old man welcomes the company. He brushes away his tears, and he says, "Did you ever say goodbye to someone knowing it would be forever?" "Yes, I have," says the man. "Forgive me for asking, but why is this a forever goodbye?" And the man says, "I'm very old. My daughter lives very, very far away in another country. It's getting harder for me, and the reality is, this may be our last time together." The stranger then asks, "When you were saying goodbye to your daughter, I overheard you say, 'I wish you enough.' I wish you enough. What did you mean by that?" The father smiles. "That's a wish that has been handed down in my family for many generations. My parents used to say it to everyone. When we said, 'I wish you enough,' we wanted the other person to have a life with just enough good things to sustain them." The old man then puts his hand on the stranger's shoulder, reciting the blessing from memory. "I wish you enough sun to keep your attitude bright, no matter how gray the day may appear. I wish you enough rain to appreciate the sun even more. I wish you enough happiness to keep your spirit alive and everlasting. I wish you enough pain so that even the smallest joy may appear bigger. I wish you enough gain to satisfy your wanting. I wish you enough loss to appreciate all that you possess. And I wish you enough hellos to get you through the final goodbye. Jesus' resurrection is not just the climactic event of the gospel. His resurrection is a way of looking at our lives and our world, a perspective that is centered in hope, in compassion, in the certainty that God is in our midst. The Easter miracle of God's assurance that we will always have enough love to give, enough forgiveness to seek and offer, enough compassion for the other, and enough reason to carry on in hope in the face of whatever loss we face. And always remember this: I shall pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any person, let me do it now. Let me not put it off or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. Closing story. When I was at Mundelein Seminary, St. the Lake, it was in my third year theologate. One of the professors said, "Gentlemen, close your books, get out a piece of paper, take your pen, and I want you to write down 10 words that you want written on your gravestone upon your death." We thought, this is interesting. So, got out a piece of paper, 10 words I'd want on my gravestone upon my death about me, how I want to be remembered. So I put down loving, compassionate, caring, deep faith, sense of humor. I had my 10. At the end of it, the priest said, whatever you wrote on that piece of paper, the words you want remembered on your gravestone upon your death, start living it now. Start living it today, not tomorrow or next week. Don't let the stress and worry of difficult days of life stop you from loving and being the things you wrote down now, because tomorrow is not a guarantee. Especially during this COVID-19, it's so easy to lose perspective, to become stress-filled, angry. God, how much longer? But the words you'd want to put down on your own gravestone, live them now. Live them now, especially toward your family. And remember, God is with us. And may God bless all of you.
I will be with you, that is my promise. I will be with you forevermore. Trust in my love. Bring me all your cares, for I will be with you forevermore. You have received me, now go and spread my word. You are within me as I am in you, because I really love you. I really love you, and I will be with you forevermore. I will be with you, that is my promise.